Hey, Spaz.
Yeah.
You know what sucks the most?
What?
Not having CBS to be able to watch the game.
Out
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
it just in time.
Quack, quack it off. Quack, quack, quack it off. Spaz sits all day and quacks off and spends his time quacking off. Everyone loves quacking off. Quack, quack, get off.
Oh,
Oh,
are we live?
yes. What is going on, everyone? Welcome into the Quacking Off Show right here on the Quacking Off channel.
We're quacking off.
As always, as we recap the USC live for you. Well,
What the hell was
I don't know
that?
where to go with that. I said quacking off. I think he broke up. You didn't hear it right. So, yeah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that. Let everyone assume what they heard. Whatever. All right, that threw me. That just threw me off. But everyone, welcome in. Hit that like button quickly on your way in. Consider subscribing. Yes, Spaz.
Yeah.
Eventful day in Eugene. From game day to everything
Yes.
else.
Very eventful day. And to start the day off, Pat McAfee made it a clean sweep across the board, as all pickers, including Pat McAfee and Marcus Mariota, stated that Oregon would win this game by 2 scores. And they were dead on. As my score prediction was pretty close. I think it was 7 points total.
You were 48.
1 point off
You were
on
48.
USC.
Yeah, you were 48. Or you had 48-28.
Yep.
I had 37-27.
Yep.
That means I win, bitch.
Oh!
That means I win.
Oh, that does mean you win, son of a
I didn't even
bitch.
think about it until you just
I
said
didn't
it.
either.
Yes. Yes.
Damn it.
X.
He's
X.
stole 2 in a row.
Yes. I'll take it. I need some sort of rejuvenation during the season because I'm still sucking. Really badly.
What? That is
No idea.
odd.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's just because it's like registered as a sports thing. I don't know what they're doing. That's weird.
Weird. And to finish game day, Pat McAfee made his I love Oregon. I love coming to this place. The beautiful trees, the mountains, the ocean. And I smoked some of them beautiful trees.
He said that at like literally 6 a.m. He's like, they have some of the best weed. I was like, oh my God, I don't know how this guy does this. That's way too much energy that early in the morning.
Yeah. Sativa.
Like I told you, I couldn't even enjoy the game day picks because of my thing. The recording cut off before the Oregon pick. I was like, fuck, nothing's gone right today. And then I had to go to, and of course I had to go to work. So I was like, damn it.
What wasn't weed? What McAfee was doing?
Maybe he got
probably.
Maybe he got some of the Lanning special.
He got some of Lanning's juice.
I don't know how he does it. Spaz, though, you got to enjoy the game. As, once again, Oregon downs the little redheaded stepchild of the former Pac-12, showing that USC's defense still is not great.
No, their run defense in the second half was much better than it was in the first half.
That is fair to say. I mean, again, I'd have to look half by half, but I mean, in total, 179 yards for Oregon on the ground, which we thought they'd probably go around 230 to 250.
Right.
So USC did a fairly decent job.
And again, I haven't seen the final total stats just yet, but I know sometime in the fourth quarter, I think it was about 7-8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, CBS had put up a thing and it showed Oregon had ran 32 offensive and 32 run plays and 32 pass plays or something like. It was dead even, the play calling.
I've got it right here because Dante was 22 of 30 for 257 and actually rushing. Now later in the game, when you saw it, might have been 50-50 because it was 30 pass attempts, 41 rush attempts.
Yeah. I was thinking that might have been early third quarter then that I saw that. But
it probably was. I mean, of course, at the end, they were just running.
You know,
at the end, they were just running the ball 3 or 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, the last couple of possessions, they were just trying to maintain the lead.
Yeah, Troy, you guys have to worry about next week. Didn't they put up a stat of that, like a commercial during game days, like 2,131 days or something?
Yeah.
Something wild like that. Like, geez, that's painful. But the same for USC, because after this, I'm going to have fun actually watching some of the Meltdown podcasts from USC fans. They're just going to scream, smash their keyboards, and go the same shit over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, it's their defense. They again, Oregon, I believe, punted twice in this game, and the second punt was with 11 seconds to go in the game.
3 punts.
3 punts. Okay.
Yeah. So you're thinking the 2, and then there was just that final one.
No, I knew there was one time they punted, but I couldn't remember if they had punted another time other than that last second punt.
Okay. Yeah, it says 3 for Ferguson Reynolds. So
yeah.
So only 3 punts. Now there was the turnover, of course.
Wait a minute. What is? Oh, why did I even do that and switch channels? What is this?
I don't know. What is
28-0 Pitt?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What? I was just watching this. Holy shit! What happened?
I just turned it here accidentally.
We just got on here and Georgia Tech just was having their first possession. Holy God! My God!
Wow.
Jeez. Does Georgia Tech just like to play from behind or something?
They just want to beat up Miami and give them their third loss after they got eliminated by Pitt. Dirty move, Georgia Tech. But I see what you're doing over there.
Yeah, that's woof. I thought that would actually be a good game. Maybe not.
Yeah, I guess not.
I don't know, David. Did they? Did they actually get in the? Was that the? Was that
no.
That wasn't the booth. The booth radio guys, was it in the booth? Because if it was, that'd be even funnier. Because I didn't watch their stream, so now I'd have to go back and pass forward.
Oh wow, that is hilarious.
Oh no. Okay. Well, if you drop the channel, I definitely want to go over and watch Meltdown. I love watching.
I love epic meltdowns, especially coming from USC. I can't wait. I can't wait till the next Blazer game because I'm going to go over to my buddy Danny Meringue from the local radio station, and I'm going to say, "How about them Trojans, Danny?"
Well, yeah, internet stream, but there was a. Was it an actual radio show, not a YouTube?
Or was it USC's actual
athletic or whatever?
Right, like Oregon has theirs with Jerry Allen. Was it that crew? Because that would be insane.
Either way, they're all coping right now.
Oh, they're not coping. they're calling for Lincoln Riley's head, and he had one series that he had a bad play calling in, and it cost him the game.
I mean, at the end of the game, they didn't even try. They just literally ran the ball one play for nothing, just to like.
Yeah, it was over. What are you gonna do?
Just some people at least will take a Hail Mary. He didn't even like try. He just like no.
No, his fatal mistake was when he went for it on 4th and 8 from like midfield, and with like 14 minutes left in the game, and he was only down. I think they were down the 2 scores, but they were like, why is he going for it here?
I think that was when they were down 8. Did USC miss an extra point?
No, Riley went for 2.
Okay.
To try to make it 35-29, and he missed.
Okay, that's what it was. That's why it was an 8-point game still there.
So it was 35-27, and then Oregon scored the final touchdown.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay. It didn't update on my end in time, so it just went Oregon ball, and I was like, wait, what happened? I knew it was like, one or the other.
It was weird because there was like 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes left when they scored that. And I'm like, why is he going for 2 now? And they're like, well, yeah, analytics. And it's like, I'm not going for 2 with 10 minutes left in the game. You want to keep it to a 1 score. It's a lot easier to kick a field or an extra point than it is to go for a 2-point conversion.
Riley has done this before, though. He's done this in those. I think it was one of the games against.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you going for 2 when you're down 14?
But he did it against not the year Utah won the Pac-12.
He did it against Notre Dame too.
No, I know, but he did it against Utah, for instance. That one game, they were down like 10, and they had literally like a minute left. And after getting a touchdown, he went for 2, didn't get it, so immediately just like screwed the game over because they're like, well, now we have to get another touchdown. You know, like you put yourself in a really tough spot instead of just. He did the same thing then, and the announcers were like, why would you do that? So Lincoln Riley has a problem with not knowing when to go for 2. Like Lanning just does it for fun half the time.
Yeah.
Riley doesn't seem to know when to do it.
Oh, I cannot wait for Tuesday. The Ducks versus them, man, for this SC. Is gonna be fucking wicked.
Tuesday should be fun too, because again, we should have one of the Locked On Huskies guys for official hate week. So that'll Tuesday/Wednesday morning is going to be a good day.
So you probably didn't see the whole thing, then. That was one of the questions the last game that they made a pick on was the Huskies game. And the crowd's chanting, "Fuck the Huskies!"
I heard that. That's when it cut off, though. After that, that's when it cut off.
So they asked Marietta, "Well, you're an Oregon guy. I hear there's a lot of controversy around here. What's the rival? Is it the Beavers or is it the Huskies?" And Marcus, he turns around to the crowd and he goes, "Yeah, Huskies."
Yeah, that's a known thing. Well, here you go. This takes you right into your first topic that you wanted to bring up during the game. This is a perfect segue right into it. As we're talking about
Duck Green with the Bryce Betcher touchdown. Yeah,
perfect segue there.
First career touchdown. They gave him the ball with 3 other defensive linemen, one at fullback, and it was great. They just bulldozed him right into the end zone. What a great move by Dan Lanning and Will Stein to get a call there for one of their key senior captains who, 4 years ago that nobody knew who Bryce Betcher was. And folks that are on here now, you're going to find out a little bit more about Bryce Betcher. This is another perfect segue because I'm going to make the call this week, and I'm going to see if either we're going to do it this week or maybe during the playoff week. We're going to have Bryce Betcher's dad on here. He's agreed to come on and talk about Bryce's growing up and his career at Oregon and getting drafted, with Houston and deciding to go back and play one more year of football. Now he's probably going to get drafted in the NFL. Where's he going to go? We'll talk about all of that stuff. My buddy Chris Newell hooked me up, and we're going to go get Bryce this week, Bryce's dad, either this week or in the next couple of weeks leading up to the playoff games. I'm real excited about it. This was huge. As y'all remember, we had Big Dave on here about a month back, and now we got Bryce's dad getting to come on. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Mrs. Spaz, we're trying to have a show over here. I hear the cat too.
Yeah, he's bitching. He probably wants food.
And shout out to Bryce for not just getting the touchdown, but also leading the team in total tackles, solo tackles also, and he had tackle for loss. So
he was a leading tackler today on senior day. Bryce he brought it.
Good day.
He just brought his A game. And it was a good day for it because we had a couple of key injuries out today here and there. And I'm shout out to this defense. I mean, USC came into this game averaging 191 yards a game. Oregon held them to 52 yards on how many carries, Ben?
They had a total of they didn't even run that much, really, but they still ran 52 yards on 28 carries.
Okay, that is less than 2 yards a carry.
That is probably around an average of -3, 4, 2. Yeah, you're probably looking. You might be looking at about 2.1 or something like that per carry. That's abysmal, though. That's abysmal.
Yeah. And Oregon had another 100-yard runner today. Noah Winnington, I believe, officially finished with 100 yards on and one score or one or two scores.
104 yards, 19 carries, and 1 touchdown for 5.5 average. Pretty much where he's always been. He's always at like 5.5 to 6 yards. That's kind of what he's been when he's healthy.
And we didn't need a lot more than that because Noah was getting the majority of the reps when we did run the ball, and Oregon made some. Y'all know how much I hate the damn screen passes, but Will Stein called a good game today. I got to give it to him. He did call a good game today. The passes, I think the one interception that Dante threw was basically pretty much on Dante because he was, I believe you had 2 crossers pretty much almost crossing right in front of each other. And guys that aren't regulars, so their routes are probably a little different. Their timing's a little different. And when he threw it, it was right there for the defender to knock it up and grab it. But other than that throw, everything other than that was pretty much thrown away. making sure that if his receiver wasn't going to get it, nobody was going to get it.
Well, I was going to say too. I was like, shout out to the receiving core because, of course, still Gary Brown, of course, to Corey Moore. No word on Evan Stewart. Then McClellan even got dinged up immediately in the game. So shout out
And
Jamari
shout out to
Johnson.
McClellan for popping that shoulder back in and coming back in the game.
Yeah, and Jamari Johnson had a decent game as a tight end too. Had a decent game.
Jamari Johnson running those little crossing routes, those like 5-yard crossing routes, he's just killing teams. He's getting open every time. He's just running them little like crossing slants, like 3-4 steps, and then he's cutting across, and he's just blowing by the linebackers and other people they're covering him because he's looking like he's going to block, and then he just sprints off across the field, and he's blowing by people.
Well, and speaking of defense, because you had it here, and so wanted to touch it too, is I am surprised the defense could hold Lemon to 34 yards, but then that did open the door for a little guy called Hines to have a hell of a day too. So at the same time, but this is what happens with USC. This is a Lincoln Riley offense. They're going to have good receivers. It's just kind of how it is.
Yeah, and I'm just we had a lot of injuries today. Guys stepped up, man.
Did Poncho come back?
No, Poncho did not come back.
Oh, so good job by Picard then. Good job.
Yeah, Poncho did not come back in the game. He stated on more than one occasion that he could have. So I don't think it's serious, but I think they just held him out as precautionary because Charlie was holding his own today.
Yeah.
Much better than he looked last year.
Yeah, he's been kind of up and down, especially.
It wasn't a bunch of false starts or any of that. I think we had 2 false starts the whole game.
Yeah, but with him, it's been mostly his snaps have been off a bunch.
Yeah,
he does a lot of high snaps.
He had one snap when they Oregon late in the game got held. They had a chance to go up 3 scores, and USC held them, and because Dante went back and ran into Wennington and knocked the ball loose, and he had to jump back on it. And so that ended up being 4th down instead of like 3rd and 3, I think it was at the time. But you could call that on Dante or on Pickard on his timing with the snap, because by the time Dante got it, it was a clean snap, but the way Dante got it, before he could pull it all the way back, he had ran into Wennington and knocked it out. Whereas if it had been like a second sooner, Dante would have had it tucked and would have been beyond Wennington by then.
Yeah, or just bad timing on it. Yeah. It's hard to say. That's why I was gonna wait to see the highlight videos and stuff, because I was watching some of the plays like on ESPN and stuff like that, and dealing with all the ads and shit. But yeah, I'll be deep diving more into this because again, my life sucks and I can't watch some of these games on CBS. Fucking Big Ten.
We can we can do a more healthy or another recap on Tuesday as well.
Yeah, we can do that, a little bit of that. We have to obviously schedule the show with Tuesday or potentially Wednesday, depending on availability. So I have to figure that out. But yeah, we'll deep dive a little more into this because again, this was the game that USC needed, and USC is officially basically they're out of the playoff.
I can't help it. Yeah, Paramount's $5.99. You cheap bum.
Hey, I'm poor. All right, I'm poor. I've had 2 networks and both of them don't have CBS. I'm like, what the? Anyways, yeah. Moving on.
We'll talk backstage.
Yeah, What we got? What we got?
I might be able to help you out.
What we got? What we got? So you had some concerns though, and we did have a star message here. Or as good as Oregon defense is, the red zone still. As Glenn Hanna put it, is like, hey, at least we got the second red zone stop of the year.
Yeah, they were talking about that during the game. It was, yeah, exactly. It was like, and I think I wrote it in the comments in the chat. I was like, can Oregon ever get a stop in the red zone this year? I think until that 27-yard doink off the fucking upright. Oregon would have been scored on every possession defensively in this year. The teams have gone into the red zone. That was only like their second stop of the year.
Yeah, which is
the red zone defense is an issue.
Yeah, which is amazing because the rest of the defense in between the 20s is
it's back to the old school duck football, I guess. Bend but don't break.
Except for they're breaking.
The only problem is they're breaking in the end zone this year.
Now you got David on a smoking rant.
Yeah, well, I smoke both. Yeah.
I smoke outside, so yeah. I have a little brown guy that will get upset if I smoke indoors. But yeah, the red zone is a problem. We have
oh shit.
We have seen this.
Damn. Hey, maybe Arch can play football.
Not watching it yet, so I got to catch up on a bunch of stuff for the Sunday night show for the After Dark. But yeah, red zone defense is a problem for sure because that is known.
Yeah.
So Spaz, tell us what happened here, please, as we look at this. Because again, I was watching it and I was just like, pass interference. Again, this is a Lincoln Riley squad with good receivers, but you think someone will question?
I tell you, listening to the Jerry Allen and Jorgie talk about it, they're pissed. I can imagine what. I know Dan probably won't say nothing, but the Oregon radio network guys had no issue saying this is bullshit. They were like, it'd be one thing, but they're blatantly pulling on our guys just as much as we're tugging on them. Half those calls. I mean, there was 2 calls against Finney, one in the first half and one in the second half. And both of them I thought were, well, that's pretty shitty. And then you see like what looks like a legitimate push off, and even CBS said, yeah, that might have been a little push. But they don't call it. They call defensive on Oregon, or they let the touchdown stand when the guy pushes off 2 feet in front of him.
Well, and we talked about this last week. I think we said how the Big Ten refereeing has been pretty crap this year in certain areas. Like they have been just kind of questionable. Like it feels like kind of like Pac-12 days with some of the reffing decisions that they've made.
Yeah, I mean, some of the officiating, even a lot of my Oregon groups that I'm in, where people were posting on social media from the game. Is this we're at the game? Is this officiating look as bad as we're seeing it, or is it just us? No, there were several calls that really didn't need to be made. There was probably a handful of flags that they could have just tucked and not even thrown.
So you're saying some of the penalties were a little fishy?
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, again, I would like to deep dive into this and look at it fully because I mean, I was watching. I was just like, yeah, how are we getting every like on that last touchdown drive for USC? It was like 3 pass interference calls.
Yeah, 3 of them.
Like
Yeah.
it's like,
And the one they called on Iffy, Lemon and Iffy were both grabbing each other's arms going up, and it was just like, wow, really? And then late in the game, as Oregon was putting it away, they shouldn't have had to punt that last punt because it was so blatant. They're like, I'm glad Noah's neck is stretchable after that no call right there. Jesus. They grabbed his face mask and just like, I swear they tackled him by the face mask and spun him around and still threw him to the ground 3 yards short of the first down. And the refs just looked at it and went, foot down. And the crowd and the Oregon radio broadcast was like, are you kidding me? There was 3 officials right there. Not one of them threw a flag.
they have to feel sorry for the spoiled children of Southern California. Okay. Okay. You got to give USC a little break once in a while. So they can tuck their tail between their legs and run back home to the Coliseum and act like their fans give a shit.
Yeah, like Glenn says here, Oregon gained about 180 yards on their last drive before halftime. That was crazy. And they missed a field goal and unsportsmanlike jumping the line. So instead of USC ball only down 7, now Oregon gets the ball back on first and like 10 from the like 12-yard line. And that was the game after that, really, because again, they ended up driving down, and then Malik Benson gets a penalty after catching a ball 1st and goal. Now it's 1st and goal from the 18. It's just like, and on that play, Dan Lanning, man, lit him up when he come over to the sideline. He was like just in his face and just, yeah.
Was that before?
Tell Lanning was not be today.
Was that before?
That was in the first half.
That was in the first half. Was that before or after Benson's sweet punt return?
That was after. That was right before the half.
Yeah, see, I didn't even get home till halftime even. And then I still couldn't watch it. And I'm like, damn it. Yeah, Benson and the punt return, obviously that helped.
Yeah, the punt return pretty much broke USC, I think, because from that point on, we were 2 scores ahead the entire game. And USC, I mean, there was 2 or 3 times in the third quarter where we could have went up 3 scores, but we just couldn't. Penalties, and USC had thrown a pick, and Oregon was driving, and then Dante throws a pick, and well,
back and forth.
Because if you would have scored that drive, now you're up 3 scores, even if you had kicked a field goal, and USC would have probably been waving the right flag there, but you didn't, and they went down and scored, and then made it for 2, and now they're down 8 still, and Oregon takes the ball and just time possession drives right down the field and scores with under 5 minutes left to give it a 2-score game again. And at that point, you're like, it's over.
And I have to see the full breakdown. Obviously, the PIs, that's 15 yards potentially, depending on where the PI took place. That adds up in yardage, but 130 yards in penalties is quite a lot. Now USC is not much better. They were 103 yards in penalties, so at the same time, I guess you could almost say it's 50-50.
Yeah.
So 130 yards is a lot, but if you take off some of the questionable PI calls, even point is they're still up at least like 80 yards in potential penalties.
Yeah.
So I mean, not ideal by any means, because they've been pretty good with penalties this year.
Oh yeah.
I guess the question is, would this have been different if we had played it in the Coliseum instead of in Autzen? Maybe closer.
Still, Oregon was still the better team. Oregon's defense was much better than USC's.
And that's why it's going to be interesting to watch some of these meltdowns to see if everyone's just like the defense. Because is this the most USC has given up this year, point wise?
I'm not sure.
They gave yes, it is. Even to Notre Dame, they only gave up 34. 34 to Illinois. 31 to Michigan State. Yeah, this is the most they've given up the entire year.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I was pretty sure it was going to be, if not at least tied with Notre Dame, but no, they put up more than Notre Dame even did. Yeah, David brings up a good point too. Oh, how good this had to feel for Bear Alexander.
Yeah. And Emmanuel Pregnon.
Oh yeah, both of those guys had to be like, yeah, this is nice.
All right, be right back.
Goodbye, pussy. Say goodbye to the pussy, everyone. Yeah, no, this had to feel good for Bear Alexander. And yeah, I'm Pregnon. I had to feel good just to know that they could take on their old team and get a victory like this. Had to be good. Well, yeah, and Oregon has depth. If I hear USC complain about not having depth one more time, they've been bitching about this for like 16 years. USC's got to get over this. We don't have the depth. Like, stop it. That's your fault. No one else's at this point.
So are you, Tony, are you saying that basically Tim favored me on purpose because I haven't heard a peep from him? Because he's on the USC stream, but he won't come on ours. Yeah.
I never heard back from him at all. So
yeah,
hence why we changed the Thursday show to the other topic of the call-in. So, but yeah, USC's got to stop bitching about the depth thing. They got to stop bitching about that. Get over it. It's been done for like what? When was the last penalty year? Like 2012, 13?
Something like that. Yeah.
Stop it. Yeah, just stop it. Nonsense. Yeah, I don't know how to deal with that. USC is a hard opponent to game plan for defensively. Let's put it that way. USC is still a hard.
Well, I
team.
think Oregon was pretty confident. They just contain.
Yeah.
SC's receivers and shut their running game down, and you'll be fine. If you could shut their running game down, because if they're mix matching it like you are, you're going to be in a battle. It's going to be a shootout because they're going to score, you're going to score. They're going to score, you're going to score.
Even at Notre Dame, USC scored 24 points. So they scored 27 against us. That's not much different. At Illinois, their other loss, they scored 32 points in their loss. But so I mean, Notre Dame gave it 24 points to them. So I would say it's not like we're bad. It's USC is just kind of hard to game plan for. It is, like you said, it's bad. It's kind of contain. It is the bend don't break motto generally with USC. And so I think it's kind of how it's always been. God damn, we've had some high scoring games against USC.
Yeah, we won't have an appearance from Adam tonight. He's out to dinner with his girlfriend, aka O-Duck cheerleader,
Crying somewhere over lasagna or something.
Yeah, and I told him we'll have to have him on Tuesday night for a brief segment to shit on his alma mater. And he said, okay.
Yeah, he's got to be crying tonight. Rutgers and USC. Both. What a miserable day for Adam. Poor Adam.
His co-host, I was listening to a little bit of their show at the beginning of our game. And his co-host, Gabe, was like, yeah, well, with this score, this means really, in my mind, if they would have played Oregon, they'd have whooped Oregon 120-0 or something. And Adam's like, no, no.
Yep, Glenn, do not bring up that game ever. Ever.
Oh, Glenn.
Don't ever talk. That game did not happen. I don't know what you're talking about. You're banished from this chat.
We go back and listen to our interview with Vernon. We talked about that game for a brief second. Did you bring that up to him or did I? Do you remember which one of us did?
I don't remember. I know.
Or did he just come out with that?
I'm sure we asked him about it, like what that was like, ending it like that. Probably something like that. Like how that was maybe motivated him in the future. I don't recall that. That's been a little while now.
Yeah.
So we'd have to go back and look. But yeah, it was yeah, that game didn't happen. That never happened. Oh, Blount was there too?
Oh, shit, LG. Damn. Oh, yeah. You want to hear the kicker of it? You want to hear the kicker of this whole thing? I almost decided to try to go down to game day.
Again?
Yeah, and I was going to at least just kind of like maybe hang out at one of the tailgates and watch a game at the tailgate if I couldn't get in. Not expecting to get in. If I would have went down there, one of the people that I got tickets from early in the year, from like one of the first games or whatever, she popped on my Facebook and was like, anybody in Eugene who wants a pair to the game, comment something Ducks or whatever right now. First person that comments, I have a pair of tickets for free. I'm like, fuck.
Damn it. I'm gonna find this one for Glenn here. I'm actually looking for it in the background here. Was that during last season or was that before the season?
I believe it was off season because he had just gotten traded and they weren't even going to announce it for another day or two, I think it was.
I think so. I'm trying to look for it actually. But
I want to say August.
Yeah, the way that they do these are weird. Yep, there it is. It was actually I think mid-season. It was after the Wisconsin game.
Last year?
Yeah.
It was still season? Okay.
Yeah. That's why I couldn't remember.
It might have been was it our bye week then?
I think so.
Yeah.
Let me. I'll do this for you over there. Let me make sure I got this copied. Yeah, it was a nice. We had almost like an hour conversation with Vernams. I gotta pull this up. Dave,
He still does, Glenn.
Dave, I'd rather stay at home.
He still does. He's playing good ball up in Canada this year. I think they just finished their season, though. I think Canada Ball just got over.
I think so, or very close to it.
Like a couple of weeks ago, Grey Cup.
Yeah, there it is, though, in the chat there for you, Glenn, if you want to go look at that. It was on the other network, obviously, last year, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It took a while to get him locked down to a time, but it was well worth the wait. It's a good conversation. Spaz.
Yeah. What else do we got?
Well, you wanted to talk about potential playoff landing spots because this was a game that Oregon did need to have.
Absolutely. So your scenario right now is Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Georgia, Texas Tech, Ole Miss, Oregon. Okay. Hypothetical situation. Ole Miss loses to Mississippi State. Egg Bowl. All the wild chaos surrounding Lane Kiffin this week. Are they going to be ready? Are they going to implode against Mississippi State? And now where do they go? They drop. Texas A&M has to play in Austin. I believe Thursday night. Is it Thursday night or Friday night?
I think it's. Let me check.
They used to do it on Thanksgiving night. I think they switched it to the Fridays.
We're talking about the Egg Bowl.
No, Texas A&M.
Oh, okay, I was like, Egg Bowl is Friday. Texas A&M is Friday also.
Okay, yeah. A lot of times they used to play it on Thanksgiving night.
Same with the Egg Bowl. The Egg Bowl used to be a Thanksgiving night also.
Or a Thanksgiving Day game. That's right. I remember some of those. Yeah. So Oregon now has, you could consider, 2 quality wins, Iowa and USC. They finished with Washington. They win that game. They're 10-1. If Michigan beats Ohio State, now who goes? Who goes where? Georgia jumps. And Texas Tech, if they win out, they jump into a spot. But if A&M loses, who's taking that spot at that point? So in other words, who's taking that 4th spot in 3 weeks if Georgia, Texas, and Mississippi State win? Does Oregon end up getting that 4th bye? Or do they host a 5-12 matchup? What would you guys prefer? Me personally, I would actually prefer the 5-12 this year because you're hosting a game. You're probably getting Tulane, Air Force, James Madison, Jumbo Shrimp guy, whatever. That's the team you're going to get as the last independent or G5 or whatever to get in as the 5th seed. That's who you're going to get. So now you've avoided the extra delay in time. You've avoided Ohio State bracket. And you've avoided whoever Indiana, most likely. So, and if Ohio State beats Indiana, does Indiana drop out of the 4? Who goes there? Now you've got 3 potential people dropping out of the top 4 spots. Unlikely, but 2's possible. And you're playing Texas A&M, having to go on the road to Texas, probably going to be a night game in Austin, and Arch is coming off his best game of his career. 6 touchdowns, 400 yards passing. Yeah.
Well, as of after last year, we didn't think we'd be talking about how interesting it is where you could fall, but also with the change of how they're doing the seeding. Yeah. Last year is just still a bad taste in the mouth. That's why a lot of people, like you say, don't want to have that time off. It's like if we're rolling.
I don't think Dan Lanning does after that experience neither, most likely. So I think he's, quietly rooting for a 5-12. Give me the 5-12. Give me the 5-12. Because then you're facing the 4 seed, which is Texas A&M, Texas Tech, or Georgia, or maybe even Ole Miss. And now it's in a neutral site, right? Because the second round games on are neutral sided games.
Second round, first round or home.
First round is home game, right? You would be hosting, but the second round, if you're facing Georgia or Ole Miss or whoever, it's going to be a neutral sided game.
Depending on the rotation where that would land too. It could be in the South or it could be in the West. Yeah,
right?
So
right.
On the rotation.
But you're not having to go to their stadium.
Yeah.
And I just think that bodes well. And if you get the 4, hey, you if you sneak in and get that 4th seed, you're okay. You got to buy, but you're prepping for one of these 2 teams, and chances are, whoever that 5th seed is who you're really spending a majority of your 2 or 3 weeks practicing for.
Well, we're going to have to see because it's coming up pretty quick. We've got one more week and then championship week, and then we find out. And if chaos ensues next week, especially during the SEC rivalries, you never know what's going to happen. Some of these teams you think might be there might get themselves knocked out somehow.
I mean, I personally think that Texas showed the last couple of weeks they could play some air raid ball, and they can go up and down the field with people. So at home in Texas, A&M should have already lost last week.
Yeah.
I think Texas could easily win next week. Now, if you have one of those other upsets, or what happens if Georgia goes to the SEC title game and they lose that, are they still a top 4 team? No.
Yeah, like I said, there's still, even though there's only technically 2 weeks left with championship games,
Oregon controls its destiny, whereas a month ago we were asking ourselves, what's really happening here? And even McAfee said this morning, the way he said it was like, I felt then that Indiana team was better ready, but now where you guys are now, I think that was the best thing that could have happened to you.
Score update: 28-14 Pitt over Georgia Tech at halftime. So Georgia Tech's clawing back. And I was gonna
How did you fall down?
I was going to look at the
Georgia
Tennessee.
Tech.
I was going to look at the Tennessee-Florida game, but it's 28-0 with 8.5 minutes in the second quarter. It's 28-0.
Tennessee.
So it's pretty over.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I heard a name about Corvallis today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, BYU Cincinnati's on now.
Yes.
Jim Mora Jr.
Really? Jim Mora for Oregon State? I don't even know if he'd want to leave UConn for that.
It was just a name that was thrown.
I was about to say, I don't even know if he would want to take that. I mean, I'd rather stay at UConn at least when you're at least winning. Oh, Canzano can suck my dick. Canzano's an idiot. Every time the Beavers lose a game and the Ducks win, he's like, close game for the Beavers. The Ducks beat a worthless foe. I'm like, oh, shut up.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, shut up, idiot. It's like at the Florida game. Maybe. He's not even worried about what Ole Miss is doing. That's true. Oh, I've also heard Stein for Oregon State too randomly, and I'm like, I would stay the OC at Oregon and take the Oregon State job. Kidding me?
You're right. I think I did read that.
You probably did.
On Canzano's tweet.
Now, in all credit to Canzano there, at least he's bringing up Jim Mora because I have been mentioning him for the last month and a half. As UConn's been kind of rolling along, I'm like, Jim Mora for a different job. So,
yeah, I think they won another one today too.
Let me see here. Did UConn win again? Who did they play? UConn. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. What are they, 8-2? Or 9-2 or something like that? They've got to be. They have to at least have 8 wins now.
Yeah.
I'm tired of scrolling out. Oh my! I'm tired of scrolling over all these SEC and their punching bag teams.
I don't even know. Did Auburn even beat Mercer? They were in a dogfight with Mercer.
Where's Auburn here? Whenever I scroll through this list, for some reason I can never find a damn team. Let me do it the hard way. Let's see, Auburn, right? Let me look. I'm sure they did.
They can't even win in basketball anymore.
Auburn. Let me find UConn. UConn is down here.
Holy shit. Breaking news. Wisconsin is beating Illinois at the half, 10-7.
Ooh, what a barn burner.
In the Battle of the Bands, Cal leads Stanford 10-7 with 2 minutes left in the first half.
Ooh, yes, UConn beat FAU 48-45. At FAU.
At the end of the first quarter, Deion's Buffs 7, Arizona State's Dillies 3.
Yes, I saw that. How was Auburn in a barn burner with Mercer? They won 62-17.
Oh, last I saw it was 21-17 at the half.
Oh, it was 62-17 final.
Okay.
You're like, never mind.
Notre Dame. Do you think they're trying to move up in the rankings? They pummeled Syracuse. The most points ever given up in a Syracuse football team. 70-7.
Well,
They've learned their lesson. They now want style points. Meanwhile, the Fighting Cristobal's had to fight Clown and scratch to a 34-17 win over ugly North Carolina State. But they're going to cry that they're still being left out. But we won.
Yeah. I mean, again, the rankings this year are all weird. I mean, you look at like you say Oklahoma just beat Bama. I got that. Then we win today at home against Missouri, who is ranked 22nd, and it's 17-6. Watch, Missouri will still be ranked 25th.
Tony, give me Notre Dame in the semis.
So,
because I'd rather be either that 4th bye or the 5th seed and host a first round playoff against James Madison, Tulane, whatever freaking school, Liberty that comes out of the G5, because they ain't gonna be worth shit because nobody seems to want to jump on top of the G5 at all this year. They all keep losing.
Yeah, that's true. For a little while, it was USF.
And then it was Navy for a minute, and then they blew it.
Even North Texas was getting mentioned, and they've kind of
and then it was Tulane, and then they blew it.
Yeah.
And now this week it's
this week it was James Madison.
James Madison.
So
and they were fighting in that game, I believe.
I did see the score earlier, and where's that one? Oh God.
24-20 over Washington State.
Oh yeah,
because Washington State was ahead in the 4th quarter, and James Madison ran like a 63-yard rush for a touchdown.
Well, again, Washington State lost to Ole Miss at Ole Miss by 4. So Washington State, when they want to play, they play. And I think a bunch of teams actually overlook them.
Wow, Arizona beats Baylor 41-17. Baylor states after the game that Dave Aranda is being retained for the 26th season. Wow.
Yeah, Arizona was a surprise this year. Arizona has been
they're 8-3.
Yeah, they have been quite a turnaround from last year.
Quite the surprise. Kennesaw State won again this week. That's one of the surprising teams.
Yeah, damn. What is Kennesaw State's record this year, though?
8-3.
Oh, they are, aren't they? Yeah, they had a loss. Of course, Wake Forest on the road. Wake Forest at Indiana, of course. Then they had a huge stretch. They lost Jacksonville State, but yeah, now they just have Liberty. Wow. From getting their first FBS win last year to this, good job, Kennesaw State.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, Spaz, do you have any final thoughts, though, with USC? As once again, the Ducks did take care of business, covered the spread. I wish I was a gambling man, but I think a lot of people took that bet.
So you didn't watch the Liberty game, Tony?
I'm sure he did. Oh, get out of here, Tony. You watched it. Shut up.
Right? We know you watched it. Come on. Oh, man. Anybody else got anything else they think?
Oh, you are right, too. I said it was probably 2.2 yards per carry for USC. It's actually 1.9.
Yeah. That's true. Yes, they did. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. So we've reached that point, folks, of the year. It's the end of the year.
No, not yet. It's just the beginning of officially hate week.
It is hate week.
Hate week number 2, but number 1 hate week.
Number 1 in all Ducks Hearts fans.
Yeah. USC
The
is
real rivalry.
Yeah, like you said, USC is a very close second.
The real rivalry is got to be the puppies. Those dreaded Huskies. In the purple and gold. Where are you off to, David?
Well, we'll figure out something.
Woof, woof.
Maybe Monday. Oh.
What?
Like froze up. It like froze up there for a second. Everything went black on my end. I was like, wow, it happened. Yeah, maybe Monday or Tuesday we can do something a little more recap depth of this game a little bit and prep for Washington. Again, we should have the Locked On Husky guys, or at least one of them, on for Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh, I'm sure the guy we had on last year will come on.
Yeah,
for
Lars.
Sure.
Lars. Yeah.
Lars, yeah.
So one of them, we'll probably have one of them on, obviously, to talk about the week. And it's going to be fun because it's at Washington. So it will be fun. Now, because Oregon won, though, unfortunately, they said it will probably be a midday game next week, which is like, come on, one of these needs to be.
I'm gonna get Lars. I'm gonna get Lars to get me a pair of tickets for that game.
If you can,
Lars, give me a pair of tickets for that game. I'm gonna take my kid, because I'll call my kid and say, "Hey, motherfucker, remember you were saying you were thinking about it? Well, now you only got to buy one ticket, really. You buy me one good ticket, I'll let you and your old lady go sit in these seats." But
look, the spoiled children from down under show up after the game, but they didn't show up for the Ryan Abraham interview.
No,
didn't show up for a Ryan Abraham interview on Tuesday night.
Oh, you get drunk by nighttime? Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the late night games are not great for post games.
Yeah,
those are usually we're just like, it's scheduled, Megan, so you can see it. Subscribe to the channel, you'll get notifications. killing me over here. Do I have to remind everyone of everything around this motherfucker? Jesus. It's okay. Ryan said Oregon would win too. So
yeah,
he was right.
Oh,
he was at 10 points, not 10.5, but he said
oh yeah, that game.
All right, well then let's Spaz, let's get the fuck out of here so I can go eat
30-3.
What?
What the fuck?
What game
happened, Matt Rule?
Oh,
you might get fired now. Something leaked. Leaked. Matt Rule's out at Nebraska. After this, 30-3 to Penn State. Yikes!
Yeah, we will see how we're going with that. We'll have some stuff to talk about. So everyone, please do join in tomorrow, Sunday night, on the Quacking
I'm just
show
happy,
right here.
dude.
No, I know. I'm just saying we'll have some more stuff to talk about. I'm sure tomorrow. Then there'll be some other stuff that comes out. So we will be back on Sunday night with the After Dark show. And then again, Monday or Tuesday with a little follow-up with this and maybe with the Washington preview with the Locked On Husky guys.
Yeah. Because where we quack at, we only have one thing to say. And especially now, drum roll, please.
Wait. Hit the thumbs up quickly and subscribe. Thank you, everyone. And of course,
this,
Huskies. Go. Fuck the Huskies. Quack.